taking off from Guantanomo on the mission of the same name in an F-35B. And let's go. So I usually over-rotate this. So at 120 I'm going to start to rotate. There we go, that's better. Tap the brakes, gear up. Still lurches when you get to 200 knots, I find. Now of course that's in fly-by-wire mode, and I've only recently discovered you can turn that off, which I've just done. And you can do Bugajov's Cobra and all kinds of fancy stuff. You can also break the aircraft and stall very badly. But so I'll put it back on for now. And just take a nice sedate 300 knot
Tower Generic November 3024
run around this course. So first two waypoints are on Guantanamo Bay itself. Basically the southeast corner and the northeast corner. Just going past number one to get the speed up to 300. So one noticeable difference is in fly-by-wire mode, it just points where you goes where you're pointed in pitch, and when you turn it off, the trim wheel can be used. So there's pros and cons of both approaches. And boy, it picks up speed quick. Right, so next waypoint is an airport, Mariana Rojals Airport. Sorry, next waypoint. Waypoint 3, that was waypoint 1. We're still in Guantanamo Bay. Getting ahead of myself. Beautiful tropical day. It's 32 degrees outside. Nonetheless, I've got the pitot heat on because if I have to zoom up and chase a MiG or something, it gets cold really quick. There we go, close to 300 knots. Coming up to waypoint 2. It's a pretty big bay, actually. Now we turn northwest to go to the aforementioned airport. Beautiful place to fly over, gotta say. And very varied terrain on this mission. From this flat coastland, we'll be coming back through some valleys, quite rugged terrain on the western leg. Look at that, just gorgeous, those low-hanging clouds. Fantastic. It just wants to go, maybe 350s. It's not even 50% RPM, 350 knots, let's just leave it at that, eh? Now while I'm talking, I think here's the airport. Yep, there it is. Nice. We'll have to come back and do some touch and goes there later. Now look at the trees, they're much drier over here. Fantastic. The lighting here is just spectacular, gotta say. Now the dam, I believe, Jabol Dam, after we fly over the town of Guantanamo, which is coming up right now. Quite sizable too. Obviously I got no control over the speed here. In my defence, I've probably got single digit hours in this, maybe more, maybe 20 hours, but that's over the last couple of years. So yep, really haven't got a feel for it. Takes time. Now the dam should be just over this crest, and I'm actually going to fly along the reservoir, why not? then I'll probably come back and turn to waypoint 5 because it all happens pretty quick in this. We're only 5 minutes into it, we're halfway around. So here's the dam, bit of burner there. What a great spot. I mean, what better spot to do some low level over water, I say. That's about 90% RPM. It's just picking up speed like a banshee. Wow. Okay, we'll turn it. Oh no, there's more. There's more. I thought there was more. We'll turn back to the dam though, just to get an idea of the route proper down to waypoint 5, which is a town. Beautiful colour in the water. Righto. Okay, so it's actually directly west to waypoint 5. Let's go over the top. And once more along the dam, the reservoir, but not all the way. We just pretty much head due west, so slightly south of the reservoir. And a bit of a climb. Just glorious country to fly over. About 11.9 miles total. Just trying to read the HUD. That hasn't got nav info up there. Anyway, I've got it down here with 7.6 miles from the town of Los Reynaldos. That's just awesome. Now that waypoint 6 after that is a tiny town in a valley, which is, you've got to blink and you miss it type of thing. This one's easy to spot. Let's go right a bit, so we're going to turn left at this town. Somewhere around the base of that ridge, I think. Ah, the chimneys. Chimneys. A couple over there too. Yep, I'll fly around the chimneys. Pretty much head to the south. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. I like that you can actually tell the wind direction by the way the smoke blows as well. Right, so this is pretty close. It's only 7 miles away. I'm going to cut round this ridge just to stay below radar, of course. Yeah, look, I told you the terrain gets rugged, look at that. Now, from memory, it's in a valley just at the end of this ridge that's coming up in front of us. And the valley runs left and right. So it's, I'll slow up actually, make sure I see it. Fantastic. Down here, that's it, and that river goes all the way up there. Fabo. And we follow the same river down to the coast and then east back to the airport. That's it. Nice little flight plan actually, one of my favourites. And we're going to hop one ridge before we hit the coast. It'll be this one. Ah yes, that's right, little Easter egg. Set you up right in front of this gap where that road's going through. Or you could cut straight across that lake, either way is good. But the waypoint's just at the end of this little gap on the coast. How cool is that? There we go. And back to the east. Fantastic. Yeah, very forgiving aircraft to fly if you stay over 200 knots. As you can see, absolutely no problem sitting 160 feet. Turn, doesn't dive, it doesn't do anything nasty at all. Very carefree. Look at that, just maintains level flight. That is so cool. And you can see on one great advantage of these fly-by-wire systems is for a mission profile like this, low and fast, really lessens the workload. Not constantly trimming. Look at this, going down to 80 feet, 70, 60, and no drama at all. Very well behaved. Look at that. You can tell I like it, and we're back at the airport. Fuel's good, as you can see on the right. Fantastic. There we go, about 14 minutes to do that 70 odd miles. So let's land. Speed brake in, turn over the outpost here, gear down, yep. It's okay, fly-by-wire is on, so no flaps required. Obviously I'm way too low. Start off at 100 feet there. Seems to want to land about 150 knots. According to the staple and the FPI anyway. 140. It does get touchy at that speed, I've got to say. And I'm slow. Coming down hard, but no, let's call it firm. Yep. And air brakes out, toe brakes on. I think we're good. I think we are. Air brakes in. Phew. And vacate the runway. Elvis is leaving the building. Nicely sprung suspension too. So there we go. Guantanomo on a big budget.